Right, NK24 here. I am so excited. Why? Because I get to share with you the wealth formula, wealth creation formula that I have discovered after doing so much research of the people who have actually achieved wealth. And now we are taking that plan from different people and we've started to put it together. And we are going to talk about the wealth creation formula. All right. So, what I came to realize about wealth creation is that it's not really taught to us. We're not taught about money. We're not taught about how to create wealth, but we're taught about creating multiple streams of income. Well, basically, we've got this carrot dangling, and we're always chasing this carrot. Yet it's probably the wrong target. And the information that we've been given, and I've learned to filter information in such a way that if everyone knows about this information, then chances are it's the wrong thing. Why is it that so many of us are struggling with money? We're not stupid, but there is a calculation that is wrong. There's something that we're not taught. And I learned this actually reading. Now, the beauty about it is that you can start from zero. I started from zero. When I started off last year, I remember I lost everything when coronavirus began, and I had to go home and sit there and do nothing. But then I managed to rebuild a little bit, and I've finished what I would say phase one. You're going to see on the graph what I call phase one. And now we're about to embark on phase two. So, what happened with me is that I had been in business for the past 6 years, and I grew comfortable. For the first 3 years when I left university, 2015, I really struggled. I wanted money so badly that when I got it 2017, all I did was just blow it because I just wanted money for the sake of money. Had I known what I know now, 2 years, 3 years ago, I would be a millionaire today. But it's not about the money that makes you, it's the experience, it's the knowledge, and the courage. That's the most important. The courage where when you get beat down, you get back up, and you don't get back up and shrink, but you have to keep expanding. And that's what I've always been thankful of, is that I've always had the courage to expand and go even bigger. So we're going to start off now. You can do this, you can follow this formula whether you're working, you're unemployed, you got a business, and all of that. I'll give you a little brief on where I'm at the moment. Is that I work full time in a business in another company, teaching English, and I've also got a business which is currently has struggled this year a lot, but we've managed to establish other streams of income for the business to just keep it going. So that's and now we're looking at, okay, now we got these projects going on, we've got these streams going on now. How do we all just grow all of them at the same time? So that is really what we're going to talk about today. So the first one, now this is where I made the biggest mistake, and I was stubborn, very stubborn about it, is that you cannot create wealth without income. Especially in the beginning, you need income. And I just had this delusion in my head that I could start business and everything's just going to be great. It just doesn't work like that. So I was stubborn in such a way that I did not want a job for the last 5 years, and that messed me up. Now I'm doing things a bit different. So when I got beat down and I was sitting at home thinking of all the mistakes that I did, first thing I did was I needed to do step number one, which was create income. That's the first step. I knew I needed to create income, but now I couldn't because I'm sitting at home, everything's closed. And so I started to look at what problems are out there that I could solve. Luckily for me, I had experience in business, I had a network already of people who are in business, so it was pretty much easier for me. So the easiest thing I could look at was what business could I start that's just small. And I set on Why don't I supply rubber stamps to schools? Because I used to work in a rubber stamp manufacturer, and I could speak to the owner and become a reseller. I could use their infrastructure, meaning that I just find a client and I call the manufacturer. I've got the stamp, I need the stamp here, and then they print everything, I pay, and they deliver, and I deliver to the client. That's how I started. I remember my first order was 170, 190 rand actually, yeah. But later that month, we made 15,000 in total, which was just a blessing on itself. So I created income that way there. But then I knew a business in the beginning uses up more money than it comes in, no matter how successful the business is. I didn't have capital, so I knew then that, okay, this business has potential. I need to find a job. I needed to look for a job, and I found a job which is online teaching. Create income, and so what I did with that is that I started to focus once I got the business going, and then I got the job. Okay, now I got two streams coming. All right, the second step was now increase income. That was the key. I needed to look at how could I increase income, and I found out that at work, if you do extra work and if you perform, get good ratings, you get a bonus. And so what I did was I just hammered it at work, and I clocked out, and I get a bonus. So I don't just get a salary, I get a salary plus a bonus every single month. Step two, increase income. Then I started looking at ways as to how could I really expand the business at the time. Really, coronavirus was really, really tough, so we couldn't find ways to really increase income in our business. Actually, what happened is that the income actually stopped, so we had to weather the storm there. But number two was I was always looking for ways as to how we could always increase income. All right, and then once I started to create income, because I budgeted my expenses on the salary, I didn't know about the bonus. So now what did I do with the bonus? Okay, this is very important, very, very important. Three, invest in yourself and brand or company. Okay. So most people here, what they usually do is that they start taking the money and then they start to save it. Wrong. You need to invest in yourself. What I started to do is that I realized that I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of things that I hadn't taken care of the past. So I took a course which helped me face which helped me have the courage to face some of the mistakes that I had done, bad things that I'd done, and helped me to really become a more courageous person and lean into deals and not be scared and just, yeah. So I started doing more courses, and then the more money, all I did was just reinvest in me, because if I am able to expand, this grows, So I just focused on that. I learned about statistics. We run our business on statistics. I do everything based on numbers, and there are formulas for each condition. Now, that part I'll talk about later on in other videos, but this is really important. You need to invest in yourself. Whatever it is that you need to invest on that is going to have a direct correlation to increase your income, you need to invest in yourself. All right. Okay, once you've invested in yourself, the next step should basically be using those skills that you have acquired to increase income. Look, if you're investing in yourself and it's not resulting in that, then there's a problem. All right, it could be you could be scared, you're not courageous, you don't want to fail, but this should equal to increasing income. And that's what happened with me. Once I started becoming a bit more courageous, I started to look out for more. I realized that I need to swell, I need to expand, I need to really, really expand. And I understood that One of the conditions I learned is that if you are in the danger formula, meaning that you are probably on the normal, like your flat line like that, then one of the things you need to do is focus on production and promotion, and that is what I'm doing now. I am making these because I want to promote what I do, all right, and also help you at the same time. So, and I just promote, and then other things such as stiffen discipline and change operating basis, how you operate. Obviously, you need to change things of how you've done them, all right. Once after this, now you've started to increase income, all right. The next part is really, this is where now you start to do something we were told to do. Save. Now, I don't mean save for the sake of saving, but save for, I'm going to tell you next what these savings are for. These are not saving for a rainy day, because if you plan for a disaster, guess what? You will get a disaster. No matter, I guarantee you. So you take that surplus. Now you're making more money here. All right. So I've partnered up with a friend to do some accounting. Now I've got we got the internet business going, which is we supply Wi-Fi. We've got the accounting business, which I'm doing with my friend. We got the schools business, which is growing. Actually, it's gonna grow now because we're allowed to quote now, and I'm still working full time, and I'm really working hard to start getting an increase at work. So I'm just trying to expand as much as possible, and investing in myself helped me to do this. Now, phase two for me is we're going to start making extra income here. What am I going to do with the extra income? We're going to take it, we're going to put it here, we're going to take all of that money, put it into storage. And then we left with zero, and guess what? We go back and hustle. That's the key. Most people, I found that when I have money, I'm lazy. I don't want to do anything. When I got no money, I am hungry. I want to push and push and push. And that's what you need to do. You need to learn to have the ability. This helped me. I had a lot of things. I didn't trust myself to go back and get money from the marketplace. Now I'm confident that I can do it. So I can literally make money, put it into storage, and then go back into the market and make money. Right. Once you save, okay, so now this process goes on for a very long time. You save and save and save and save. Once you've got a lot of money and have done the research, okay, you choose. You want to convert once off the money into an asset that pays you monthly. For me, that's real estate. So the next step after this here is invest. So I'm taking this lump sum, I'm putting it into a real asset, which is real estate, which is going to give me rentals every single month. So I might have, let's just say I have 1 million. I put it here, maybe I might get 1,000 rand rental. Okay. What I've done is that I've taken 1,000, I've converted it into an asset, and then now I've got a little drip coming out, which is 1,000 rand every single month. Provided I've done my research and I know how to keep that asset working. That's really important. Goes back to this, invest in yourself. So while you're doing this, before you go here, you need to be investing in yourself here, so that when you make this move, you know what you are doing. All right. That's the key. That's the difference between people who make money and people who don't make money. People who make money know. People who don't make money, they don't know. All right. All right. So after you've invested, now what's happened is that you start to create multiple flows of income. Now the difference here is that it's earned income, which is money that I'm working for, the money in the business, the money that I'm at work, that I'm working for. Once this kicks in and I start creating multiple streams of income, which is now rent money coming in, or it could be an interest of something, an asset that I bought. That money I don't work for. 1,000 Rand monthly not worked for is more powerful than 20,000 Rand worked for. Okay. Because now that means your earning ability has it's just become bigger. We call it scaling in business. All right. The more you invest, the more this grows. All right. Okay. So then after that, once you are here, you've got these multiple streams of income. The aim now is to increase these flows. That's the thing. How do you increase these flows? Okay, remember, you still keep working. You don't stop. You keep working, you keep saving, you keep investing, and this happens and this happens. All right. And that's what you keep doing. You just keep working. You just keep repeating it. You keep repeating it. You keep repeating it. And that's all you do. And the extra money here, what do you do with it? Invest. So all you are doing, you are increasing this earning capacity. So you don't change your lifestyle. That was my biggest mistake. I changed my lifestyle. Like literally. Like as soon as I had money, I just went, and ended up blowing up more than I actually spent. So yeah, it's very important to keep this discipline for a very long time. This is probably about what, 5 to 15 to 20 year plan. Okay. But now it doesn't mean you live frugally. I mean, you live cheaply. Doesn't mean you don't go out. It doesn't mean you don't buy yourself nice stuff, I've got a rule now that I won't get myself nice luxury stuff with earned income, but I'm going to plan to get it with passive income. Passive income. So the aim is to increase my passive income to actually to my passive income must exceed my earned income and eventually pay for all of my expenses. And that's when I start to reach financial freedom. Financial independence is when passive income, interest from your assets, is able to cover your assets, is able to cover your expenses. And right now, I don't have my focus here. My focus is here. Focus here and here. There, there. If I find that this is stuck, I go back here so that I could increase that. And that's the game. That's the game you play. That is the game you play. You follow the money. Don't follow the passion. Follow the money. And do what you need to do to actually make the money. Because the money is what's going to create you wealth. And the longer you do this, because in the beginning, it might seem like you are just wasting time, but you will see the carriage getting faster and faster and faster. It's going to be like a snowball. Compounding is going to work for you, So, yeah, that's the wealth formula. So, yeah, it's amazing. And we're going to be sharing our journey throughout as NK24 Enterprises, where we win, where we fail, and it's just going to be amazing. Thank you.